Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and guys, another downfall of Plants vs. Zombies has hit the towers. This just seems made up. But now SunnyV2, first he made a video on Angry Birds, now he made a video on Plants vs. Zombies. And if you're not familiar with SunnyV2, he is a YouTuber with 4.38 million subscribers. And the videos he makes are, quote, documentary essay videos, which are basically videos that are pumped out with the most minimalistic levels of research as possible. Okay, a bit of a side tangent here, but do you guys remember when another creator, well, I shouldn't really say creator, called Entertainment Anarchist, he made his own downfall of Plants vs. Zombies video, which is absolute ass. Which doesn't help by the fact that it is the most AI-generated slop ever. I know I didn't make a video on him, but I just decided to lump him in too, because do you guys notice the resurgence of the EA Bad PopCap Good phenomenon? Because I certainly do, and it's not helped by the fact that there are people making AI downfall of PvZ videos. Also, I would like to say this. PvZ's, I guess you could say, downfall isn't as simple as, oh, microtransactions this, that's it. No, it's not really just that. Nor is it as black and white as, oh, EA bad, therefore PopCap good, because both of them are bad. It's just that PopCap hasn't really made another good game since Heroes, and the quality of the updates in PvZ2 have dropped significantly, especially since they've outsourced their development to Slingshot Games, which is another EA studio. And don't even get me started on PvZ3. I also know that people like GNVS and Brando made videos on this video, but I also want to make this video because I'm pretty much noticing a resurgence of the EA Bad PopCap Good phenomenon. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Who knows? Maybe this video will be great after all.
Plants vs. Zombies 1 was truly video game perfection. Reviewers couldn't find even one thing wrong with its simple addictive gameplay. Compare this to the recent Plants vs. Zombies 3, which people have called a game that straight up comes from a garbage can, in which watching 30-second ads for double coin rewards is more fun than the game itself.
Okay, that's actually a pretty sick burn. I actually never thought of saying that in my review of Plants vs. Zombies 3. Okay, so the first part of the video is just him talking about PvZ1, so we'll just skip ahead to when he talks about EA buying out PopCap, which, let's hope this will be good.
Developers expanded the game to 13 other platforms, creating so much success for PopCap games they'd be bought by EA for $650 million. Yep, EA. The company was such an extreme reputation for greed, there's an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to criticism of the company. People have called their use of microtransactions a plague, which sadly began to infect Plants vs. Zombies, because on the 15th of August 2013, Plants vs. Zombies 2 came out, with one key difference compared to the first.
PopCap found a way to cram this game with as many in-app purchases and microtransactions as humanly possible, to the point where it's too much of a hindrance for me to actually enjoy the game.
I already know that people like Brando said this from the get-go, but I like how he shows a clip that immediately contradicts his statement, like, oh, EA added microtransactions to PvZ2, while this YouTuber said, PopCap added these microtransactions in there. You know, this is the thing about SunnyV2 where he cherry picks certain clips to fit his own narrative, even when it slightly contradicts what he says. Also, I would like to reiterate that it was PopCap that decided to add microtransactions in the PvZ2, not EA. Remember guys, PopCap's the developer, EA's the publisher.
Plants vs. Zombies 2 features microtransactions. Unlike in the previous entries to the series, new plants can be purchased with real money, as well as upgrades and coins. These items can also be bought in bundles to save some money. Certain plants could only be accessed using cold hard cash, and while coins could be naturally earned in-game, you could pay up to $52 to instantly unlock them. The Pirate Seas and Wild West levels can also be unlocked without earning all of the required stars. They cost $5.49 each to instantly access.
I also like the fact that SunnyV2 also decided to lump in the fact that stars were once required to unlock the next world, even though that system has no longer been in place since version 1.7, before Far Future was released. Also, I have played the first version of Plants vs. Zombies 2, and let me tell you, it was very, very different from what PvZ2 is now. Also, with the thing about spending actual money to unlock the next world, that's also no longer a thing too. You just need to play through a world to unlock the world that comes after it.
More controversial for whatever reason was the game's new art style. People argued that every single character looked to be designed by a totally different person, each of whom had their own way of drawing. There's full videos dedicated to the poorly designed plants.
Alright, so GNVS said this one too, but this post is pretty much taken out of context. Basically, the art style in this game has evolved over time. The art style wasn't always like this since release, it just evolved like this over time, for better or for worse depending on who you are. You see, this is the thing about PvZ downfall videos that kind of grinds my gears, is that they always act like it was like this since the game released. No, it wasn't always like this. I mean, of course there were still the microtransactions, but not really the conflicting art style. I also like how they show this part of GNVS's video without context, so I'll put it in for you guys.
One of the key complaints fans of the original game have about Plants vs Zombies 2, and then in turn fans of PvZ2 have about PvZ3, is the changing art style. Me personally, I much prefer the rounded appearance of the plants in the sequel than the adorable but jagged style of them in the OG, and the plants that did undergo a major makeover have also had mixed results. Some worked well like Tangle Kelp, others not so much like Imitator.
You see how with added context that can change everything? Wow, who knew that taking things out of context could create a completely different narrative to what it actually was saying? I mean, not like SunnyV2 cares about context, am I right guys? GNVS in that part of the video wasn't saying, oh, PvZ2's pea shooter looks like shit! He even said that he liked PvZ2's art style more than PvZ1's. So yeah, more cherry picking to spread your own narrative. Never change, SunnyV2. I'm kidding. Actually, do change, SunnyV2.
This was because they'd hired a whole new team of designers, and under suspicious circumstances fired George Fan, who designed PvZ1 all by himself. Well, an article later confirmed EA fired Plants vs Zombies creator for refusing microtransactions in sequel, explaining that George had lost his job as he didn't agree with the pay-to-win model. He'd partially confirmed this by tweeting, regarding recent rumors, it is true I was laid off by EA/PopCap, and also true that I was against making PvZ2 a freemium game. That's all I'll say on the matter for now. Sure do miss paying for a game once, and unlocking cool things by actually, you know, playing that game. You and me both, man.
SunnyV2, we've been over this. Laid off and fired do not mean the exact same things, you absolute bumbling fucking idiot. You even show that exact same tweet from George Fan himself. Hello, wake the fuck up!
These elements led to videos claiming Plants vs Zombies 1 is better than Plants vs Zombies 2.
Oh my god, how many times is SunnyV2 gonna do this? It's pissing me off. Blurring out certain information that could be relevant just because he thinks it could destroy his narrative. By the way, here's the full video title, and if you didn't know, GNVS also made a video doing the exact opposite. Note how deceptively edited this video is, because with added context, it could blow his narrative out of the water. Okay, so this next part is just him complimenting PvZ2 with the amount of plants it has and the number of levels it has compared to the original game. But I also wanted to show this review too. I will say, I absolutely agree with this review. PvZ2 in the literal sense is not paid to win, it's more like paid to get stuff done quickly if you're not good enough at the game.
The microtransaction model also meant the game was totally free, leading to 25 million downloads in the first 2 weeks, more than PvZ1 had achieved in 4 years. In fact, according to Hey I'm Jay, for every dollar the original was making, PvZ2 made 26,000. They'd therefore make the original free for every player, although this meant people would be paying with their time.
It's free now, which naturally means that the game absolutely bombards you with ads. God, I love mobile games. There are ads before and after levels now, and even during, where the game tries to distract you as much as possible to watch a video for an extra item.
Okay, I 100% agree with this. I hate the fact that PvZ1's mobile version and PvZ2 have ads that play intermittently, especially ads that play before and after levels. And that's just the most annoying shit ever. Like, who the hell at PopCap thought this was a good idea to put in? Also, if you're wondering how I'm not getting any ads during my playthrough of PvZ2, it's because I just turned off the Wi-Fi on my emulator. And while PvZHiro does have ads, they do not play before or after matches. They're just mainly there just to get stuff done more quickly, like getting more gems. Okay, so the next part is just him talking about what ads are, and he does get into the Garden Warfare series and Battle for Neighborville, which both I haven't played. and I don't know much about, so therefore I am going to skip this part. Also, he does not even mention heroes, which I don't know if that's a good thing, because at least he's not gonna say some dumb shit like, oh, nobody plays heroes, or he's gonna shit on it for the sake of shitting on it because it has microtransactions or whatever. But I think that if you're gonna make a video like this, at least include heroes too. Entertainment Anarchist also forgot about heroes too. Now let's get into the part where he talks about PvZ3, and hopefully this'll be good.
But apparently the franchise didn't learn their lesson, as during that very same year, Plants vs Zombies 3 was nearing completion. That had 7 full years since PvZ2, setting high expectations for PvZ3. However, when the first bit of gameplay was posted to YouTube, people instantly disliked it. PvZ1 skill, PvZ2 wallet, PvZ3 won't download it.
Okay, looking back at PvZ1, I don't think it takes that much skill just to beat the game, whereas in PvZ2, it takes more skill and more strategizing to beat the game. Also, if you need to use your wallet just to beat PvZ2, that's a skill issue, alright? I'm just gonna say right there, that's a skill issue, alright? I mean, I would totally understand if you wouldn't play PvZ3 though.
The game had also gone from 2D to 3D and had another change in art style, prompting memes such as this. It is evolving just backwards.
Okay, so quick correction there. That art style is in 2.5D, not 3D, you absolute idiot. If you're going to compare art styles, at least get the art style correctly, because this was the original 3D version of Pea Shooter, okay? That is in 2.5D. Okay, so for the remainder of the video, he just talks about PvZ3, and there is some stuff that I actually do agree with. Like, what exactly was PopCap thinking when they decided to choose the Clash Royale Gardenscapes route? Like, I understand trying something new, but is this really what the fans want? Also, he doesn't really talk about how microtransactions destroyed PvZ3 or play a part in it. Also, the video just ends abruptly after talking about PvZ3. It just doesn't reiterate how microtransactions caused the downfall of Plants vs Zombies. So, yeah, that's pretty weird. This video just feels like it was pumped out for the sake of nostalgia bait, because PvZ was pretty much a loved series which got shittier and shittier over time. Also, I know I'm just stating the obvious, but it just seems like SunnyV2 just doesn't give a fuck about the Plants vs Zombies series. He just wants to make the next video that's trending. Hello everyone, this is SCPvZHiro on OBS Studio. We're going to take a look at the comment section of this PvZ downfall video. The art style in PvZ2 was actually very good when it first launched, and no one really had a problem with it until very recently. Only in the updates of the past few years has the art style and animation gone all over the place. I've heard this could be because it's being outsourced. Yep, Slingshot Games. You gotta remember, this game has been updating and evolving for more than a decade. The current game is far different to that of 2013. All of the plants you showed on screen, apart from Pea Shooter and Sunflower, are new plants added recently. Yeah, PvZ wasn't always like this with the weird conflicting art style since 2013, since day one. It wasn't always like that. So I'm glad that people like Koala PvZ could notice that. The fact that I knew exactly where this video was gonna go the moment EA was mentioned is nuts. Yeah. If EA is mentioned in this video, 9 times out of 10 it's not gonna be good. You missed the Pea Shooter having a tear in the thumbnail? Yeah. Come on. What is this thumbnail? Seriously. Where's the crying Pea Shooter? Where's the arrow going downwards? Where's the evil EA with devil horns? Where's the money signs to symbolize greed? I feel like Sunny didn't even play the games or bother to do any research and just went off of old Reddit posts. He also removed context in some places to paint PvZ in a bad light. Yeah, I noticed that too, and it's kind of pissing me off. He had no personal input on this and went with what other people said, as he usually does. Also, in the third PvZ game, he hasn't even brought up microtransactions. Neither was BFN ruined because of microtransactions, more so development team not knowing what to do and still expecting to achieve high success. Overall, I think Sunny's research was pretty small to none. I'm sorry, what research? And barely correlates to microtransactions, considering like 5 minutes in, he mentioned all bad things about PvZ2, yet contradicts himself saying the game was still well received. Personally, just go watch Brando's video on all this, he debunks it pretty well. Yeah, I'm also linking that in the description. Fun fact, in PvZ2, PopCap were the ones who pushed for microtransactions, not EA. Yeah, that's one misconception about PopCap and EA, which is the microtransactions, which is people thinking that, oh, PopCap, you better put in microtransactions or we're gonna shut you down. Oh my god, I love this comment. Don't cry, little PvZ fan. Uncle YouTube's got enough PvZ downfall videos to keep you entertained for your entire life. Algorithm, bring PopCap Good, EA Bad ASAP. Boys hungry. Basically the state of PvZ on YouTube. That's all I need to know. Everyone should know why I went downhill. Hold on, what's this part again?
Yep, EA.
Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me? It's not just EA Bad PopCap Good, you absolute idiots. Let me see what the replies are saying. Except that's not the case. EA isn't the reason we all got microtransactions. Yeah, EA is the reason. It's PopCap themselves. Alright. To be fair, Garden Warfare would have never came out if EA didn't buy PopCap. Yeah, that's true. I will say this once and I'll say it again. We wouldn't have PvZ2, we wouldn't have the third-person shooters had it not been for EA buying out PopCap. Trying to milk PopCap Good, EA Bad in the big year of 2025 is crazy. Yeah, I thought Danerade with his downfall video would just put an end to all of this, but apparently not. Also, I didn't watch his video to full. Apparently, it was met with a mixed reception. I haven't watched the video, but let me guess. EA Bad, PopCap Good, PvZ1 Good, PvZ2 Bad because pay to win. The microtransactions are literally optional, not to mention the fact that it was actually PopCap who added them. Yep, your prediction is correct. George Fan didn't want his creation to end up like a money-hungry slop. You could definitely see how he loved his work, and even when he was fired. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? He wasn't fired. He was laid off. Also, he never was interested in working on a sequel. His involvement was just purely at a conceptual level. George Fan was laid off, not fired. Exactly. George Fan in an interview with Zach Scott stated that he wanted other devs to work on PvZ2 and that he didn't want to be involved. He was only there to give devs advice. He left on his own terms. George Fan didn't actually plan for a sequel and asked by PopCap. He left by his own terms since he wasn't the one leading it. Yeah. So, I would like to reiterate, George Fan's involvement with PvZ2 was purely conceptual. He left because he was more interested in making independent titles rather than sequels. Let alone a sequel to a very successful game that he himself worked on. Sunny has probably only played a few hours of the first game when he was a kid and hasn't touched the franchise until now. Actually, quick correction. He probably hasn't played this game before. It's just exciting to know that people are talking about me. Oh, what's up, GNVS? Me when SunnyV2 didn't research properly. PvZ2's art style is amazing. What the fuck are people are on? Yeah, I absolutely agree. Anyways, I must get out of here before, you know, the mob comes. Alright, to put my thoughts into one conclusion, what did I think about this? It was bad. B-A-D, bad. It's the same usual SunnyV2 video slop, you know, minimalistic research, going off of old Reddit posts, using outdated information, a bunch of things that contradict what he says, doesn't really get into how microtransactions ruined PvZ, even though that's the focal point of this video. Again, another video just pumped out for the sake of nostalgia bait, and no real passion for the series altogether. Also, if you want to make a downfall of PvZ video that not just I, that PvZ fans can enjoy, at least play the fucking games, and also get input from actual fans, not some random ass Jim Bob who can't even get past Ancient Egypt Day 6. Also, at least mention Heroes 2. I can understand not mentioning the Chinese exclusives, but at least mention Heroes because that's also part of the series. Also, stop using outdated info and actually know the difference between laid off and fired. And, you know, do some actual research on the history of the series, instead of reading off of old Reddit posts. And finally, understand that PvZ's downfall is more than just microtransactions or EA Bad PopCap Good. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. This is yet another Downfall of Plants vs. Zombies video, brought to you by SunnyV2. The next video is going to be an SCP containment breach mod like the old days. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye!